Subscribers and fans, Iceman here. Nice to see you guys again. So last night I watched the Godzilla 98 film, or 99, or whatever the hell that is. And it's been the first time I've seen it in several years. I saw that film when I was a little duck-billed platypus. I got to go see it in the theaters. It probably was one of the first Godzilla films I've ever seen. And the film was okay. Okay, the film sucked. Especially if you consider the beginning, where, well, I guess especially if you consider everything about it. It's a pretty poor film, I think, but the main character is somewhat entertaining. He's very dorky, obviously. He's like a little mouse with his high pitched voice. But he's kind of clever and upbeat in his personality, so he's okay when it comes to that. But I remember, like, there was a sumo wrestler scene not too long in where a guy in Japan's hanging out watching sumo wrestling, and I'm trying to eat a sausage at this time, right? I was having a few drinks, eating turkey sausage, and it was just kind of disgusting to be chewing on this turkey sausage and seeing this big ass in my face. Very bright, the light reflecting off of it, cottage cheese ass, things like that. So it's kind of gross. I don't mind me a little bit of wrestling, but seeing that big sumo ass in my face while I'm trying to watch a movie, especially a Godzilla movie, I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But I'm not going to judge the film by that entirely. That's just a minor judgment I'll have on it. The characters was extremely socially awkward. All of them were socially awkward. I remember a scene where the boss of the reporter girl, who wants to be boyfriend and girlfriend with the main character again, was trying to woo her into going to dinner with her, so that it was very evident that he had these sexual innuendos with his conversation with her, and she denied it. She didn't want to go to dinner with him, even though she knew it was going to help her progress in her career because she wanted to be a reporter. But this evil guy, right, was trying to get her to have dinner. But that's important for what I'm going to talk about in a minute here. I'll tell you why. But first, I'll get back to that. The French spy thing. It didn't really say why they were being so secretive. The French guys come into America with a co-op mission to go down into the tunnels and fight the little baby Godzillas. But there wasn't much reason explained as to why they weren't just simply teaming with the U.S. I don't really know. Like, it made me think maybe they were on some special operative that they didn't, like they wanted to steal an egg or something, but that wasn't the case. They just were simply going down there as well trying to kill the monsters. They should have teamed with the U.S., right? Unless they just thought that they were too dumb to be able to strategically intervene with Godzilla and Godzilla's natural imperative, which was to reproduce and spread its offspring. Probably take over the damn planet. But it was a weak Godzilla. A very weak Godzilla. Wimp. But I'll get back to that in a minute. A wimp. But Godzilla wasn't really Godzilla, right? I mean, he ran away from the helicopters. When they baited the trap, they had all the tuna fish just waiting for him. He walked out and he knew that something was up. Before they even started shooting at him, he took off running, scared, because he knew it was a trap. He can't take shit. Every time they'd start pulling the trigger on their guns, he'd run away. Like, Godzilla's supposed to be tough as nails, and big, and powerful. And guns, aren't supposed to be that effective toward him. Like, these guys were just using, like, assault rifles and shit, right? And that was enough to scare him. Granted, they had a few rockets, but they didn't even have to hit him with a rocket. That didn't happen until the end. And that's when he died. It took rockets to kill him, or missiles from airplanes. But all the other times, the rockets didn't even hit him, and he was still running away. Like, it wasn't really Godzilla. Godzilla's stronger than that, right? Godzilla's supposed to be stronger than that. So, he didn't even get hit by any of these missiles or rockets throughout the beginning. And he still ran and hid like a baby. Just the little guns were scaring him. I probably could have scared him. If you an assault rifle here. I made a video on it. It was tight. Right, blow the shit out of a little Stegosaurus from Jurassic World. I probably could have scared him away if he would come looking at my window. Probably scare him. Just show him the gun, and he'll run away. But maybe I'll get back to that in a minute, because I need to keep going with this. I have a few points I wanted to make regarding how I received this film. Audrey seeked out her ex, which was the main character. She found out he still cared. But she then exploited his top secret tapes. So the main character went on explaining to Audrey, once she seeked him out, this girl that he dated in the past, how he's like an environmentalist and he hates the nuclear stuff. But, you know, he had a passion for it. He had a passion, so much of one, that he started working for this nuclear company. And he explained to her how the reason he's working for this company is so he can show all the damages that are done with the nuclear stuff. And she thought that was really cute and nice, right? It seemed like he's a nice guy who cares about not blowing shit up and all that. So he was an operative, like a secret mission basically. This is his life passion. But yet, he leaves the room when she's visiting him at his little room, his little office, and he has these top secret tapes hanging around that this company allowed for him to have of Godzilla. And this girl, wanting to kind of be a reporter, decides to grab the damn tapes and takes them to her boss, or to her company at least, which her boss runs. The same boss who just tried to get her in bed with him, right? Or get a little rubby or whatever. It doesn't make any freaking sense. If she seeked this guy out like she did, she missed him, she wanted to date again, and he spills the beans to her on his passions while they're in his little office. And she probably takes this in an emotional, positive way. But yet, he walks away for a few minutes and she steals these damn tapes and runs away with them. And exploits them to her news crew so she can broadcast it to the world. He's going to lose his damn job. Like, who the hell wouldn't know that? And yet, she still thinks that they're going to, like, have a chance together or whatever. Like, she didn't think it was a bad thing. And her reason was, when he approached her, she said, well, you didn't tell me not to take the top secret tapes. You know, where's this writing coming from? Like, it was such an alternate reality proposed to us in this film in so many different ways. Like the other girl who approached him, the girl who works on his research team. She just started asking him all these weird personal questions while they were riding in the Jeep to some mission that they were going on. And then she straight up looked at him and said that he's cute. And there's these other guys in the Jeep, right? Like, just very blunt and very personal stuff. Just being talked about like it's nothing. And I'm okay with that if it's entertaining. But it wasn't really entertaining. It was just weird, and it seemed very unnatural, like all of it. It didn't seem natural. It seemed very fake. A lot of those little interactions that the people were having with each other. So I found that kind of strange. And that should be understandable, right? I mean, don't you guys think that's strange? Let me know in the comments if you do. But there's another strange thing, and I was going to go back to the boss scene with the girl where the boss was going to help her with her career if she would go have dinner with him, right? Get a little rubby on her, whatever. So she totally refused to do that. She didn't want to do that. She didn't like that idea. Didn't want to go out to dinner with him, which is probably understandable, right? It was kind of a lot to ask. It's weird. Who would want to go to dinner with their boss if you don't really like them anyway? Which is probably what was going on. But yet, this guy that she really likes, she decides to steal from him and use his materials for this company that this boss guy runs. See, they're just clashing logic. It doesn't make any sense. And then later she was bawling in her bedroom. And her friend, who earlier told her that she has to be mean to get ahead. Her friend who earlier said that that nice guy's finished last. She claimed that she did something stupid now. And the girl was crying in her room. Audrey was crying in her bedroom. But this was the same friend that told her to go out and do bad things. And she did. And now her friend evades taking responsibility for that. And her husband gets in trouble for it or something like that. But I don't want to get too much into all that dumb bullshit. Because it just didn't make that much sense. There was a lot of logical contradictions, I thought. Logical fallacies. Shit like that. But what did she think was going to happen, you know? When she stole the tapes from this guy that she had a passion for. These top secret tapes, and showed them to the world. What did she think was going to happen? It doesn't make any sense. Like, she wanted to get with that guy. Who the hell would think that's a good idea? You know, is she just mental? I mean, these people were like sociopaths, is how they were presented in this film, and I didn't really understand it. Except for the matter that they're just trying to convey some alternate reality, that we can be watching this stupid-ass film and think that this is how people act. But I mean, I didn't think that. When I was a little kid, I don't think I thought that either. I just wanted to see more Godzilla. And he got his ass kicked. And I guess we'll get to that now. That Godzilla got his ass kicked. He ran away several times. He made the little babies. And at the end, all it took was he got trapped in the suspension bridge. And they shot missiles at him from the planes. It just took like 2 different rounds. They blast the shit out of him on his right side. Then they blast the shit out of him on his left side. And he was out. He was dead. Just a couple of missiles. So why did they want to make him so weak? Then at the end, we see that another Godzilla's alive. And that's supposed to be this enthralling moment. And when I was a kid, I thought, oh, cool, that means there's going to be a sequel. But the thing is, what's really to fear with Godzilla when they can blow the shit out of him with just a couple missiles? So if this little one grows up, that it showed at the end of the film, the one baby that survived, who really cares? Like, humanity is now more so prepared in how they go about to destroy Godzilla. They just shoot a couple missiles at him. And they'll probably make optimized missiles that will track him more efficiently, a big organic being. So that's it. I mean, and I guess I did bitch a lot, didn't I? I did bitch a lot. But I'm usually not that critiqueful. I usually am a bit more forgiving, I guess. Like, I enjoy the old Godzillas. They're pretty cool. The ones that I've seen. And I'm going to be doing some of these reviews on those as well. Gamera's probably coming shortly. But this movie just, as everyone knows, I think, it's necessary to be critiqued. Because we hope that it doesn't happen again like that, right? And it worked out a lot better, I think, with the 2014 Godzilla, which is, I think, the second American Godzilla film. And, of course, this one I'm talking about right now is the first. So they must have made a lot of improvements. You know, maybe they did hear the fan base, because Godzilla was powerful again. And he was big and strong, and he's still alive. A couple of missiles didn't kill him. You know, he survived a lot of beatings from the Mutos as well. But anyway, like this video if you guys will. Hit that thumbs up button. And let me know what Godzilla film you want me to do a review on. But I do have some on the way, I think, okay? I'm going to be watching some, and I'll blah, blah about them. And some good things to be said. I guess this film was somewhat entertaining in some spots, but the CGI didn't date very well. So even that didn't really add much to the experience. But anyway, like this damn video, and more videos to come. Peace be with you.